What's up, guys? Here bringing you guys another video. I'm gonna go straight into this video though. If you guys are new to the channel, check out my last video, but I'm gonna get straight into this video here. We're gonna be talking about 1 Peter 5:8 today, and the verse is this, is that be sober, be vigilant, for your adversary the devil walks among you like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And there's basically two understandings to that verse. The first one is this, is that a lot of Christians use that verse, to get people not to do drugs and, not to drink alcohol, which I get 100%. I'm for that 100%, guys. I am not one of those Christians. I'm not one of those bikers that think, hey, it's cool to have a drink every now and then. Hey, it's cool to have my cigarette. Hey, it's cool to still have my cigar from time to time. I'm not about that, guys. 100%. I'm not about that. Why? Because of this. Imagine you're at a bar, you're drinking, your one drink or your two drinks, whatever you think is okay, and there's someone next to you, you're trying to witness to them, you're trying to get them to come to church. Why is that person going to come to church, if you're doing the exact same thing that they are? I believe the Bible's called us to be different. And I'm not saying for you to be a nerd. I'm not saying for you to be weird, be a weirdo or anything. No, you can still be cool, but you want to be different. You want people to look at you and be like, hey, you don't drink. Hey, what's up with you? You're different. Hey, you're not cussing. You're different. Hey, you're not smoking. You're not having a cigar like everyone else or a cigarette. What's different about you? That's what I feel like God's calling us to do. That's what I feel like God's calling us to be different. So that verse again, going back to that verse, a lot of Christians use it, so this way no one drinks and no one smokes around them. They'll throw that verse out. Be sober, be vigilant. This is what the Bible says, because the devil's gonna be out there if you're drinking, if you're drunk. The devil's out there to attack you. I believe that 100%, and that's totally true. But let me give you guys this deeper revelation of that verse, and that's this: is that in our church we quote this a lot. PRW. We believe pray, read, worship. Those three things are huge fundamentals when it comes to a relationship with Christ. They are huge. PRW. Now, I've seen a lot of people fall away from Christ. I've seen pastors. My wife and I, we lead a worship team. I've seen people even in our own ministry. I've seen so many Christians fall. And I wish we can go back to those people and ask them simple questions. Were you praying? Were you reading? Were you worshiping? I guarantee in one of those areas, those people that have fallen away from Christ, the people that backslid, a lot of people use that word, backsliding Christians or compromising Christians. I guarantee in one of those areas, that Christian that fell away was not either praying or reading the Bible or worshiping. And that's exactly what I feel this verse is really highlighting. It's more than just being sober, and it's more than just not drinking. It's more than just, this verse means more than just not having a smoke. I feel honestly, guys, so strong on this verse is that the Bible's calling us to be on fire for the Lord, to be radical for Christ, to not compromise, to continue our walk, to continue on the journey, that pilgrim's progress, to keep going, I guarantee you guys, if you're out there and you're struggling with your walk, I guarantee if you start praying, reading, and worshiping on a daily basis continually, man, you're going to see your fire spark up. Because why? You're going to be 100% in the spirit all the time. Your flesh is going to want to rise up every now and then, but you're going to put some more, you're going to want to bury that flesh. You want to bury your flesh again. One of my friends, Gilbert, and I, we always talk about that, is that, anytime that we feel our flesh coming out, we pictured as this, is that, imagine, you're in a cemetery and, there's someone that's buried in the ground. We represent our flesh. It says that when we come to Christ, that we're dead to our old ways. So imagine that old sinful person is buried in the ground. Well, sometimes that person wants to resurrect and poke its hand out like the Undertaker and pull its hand out of the ground and wants to start coming up. And if you let him, that old man, that flesh, it will come out. It'll come out of the grave. But when we start realizing as Christians, we got to realize, that our old man, that our flesh is trying to pop out of that grave, we got to pack that thing with some more dirt. Come on. And I'm getting fired up already here, just talking about this. But that's exactly what we have to do in our walk with Christ. We got to be sober. We got to be vigilant. The Bible calls us to be vigilant, to be warriors for Christ, man. It's not about being a punk. A lot of people think Christians are punks. They think, oh, they're weak. Hey, it's not easy to be a Christian. You know, it takes a real man to be a Christian. I can say that straight up. It takes a real man not to drink. It takes a real man not to smoke. It takes a real man not to go cheat on his wife and hit the clubs and this and that and get all these different goals. It takes a real man, to keep it, to keep it pure, to keep it holy. It's not easy. It's not easy, and until you come to Christ, and until you really have a real relationship with Him, you'll understand the fight every single day as a man, even as women too, if you guys are watching. But it's a huge burden on a man to stay pure. It really is, especially with everything that's out there. I mean, you can go on YouTube right now, Instagram, Facebook. It's all right there in your face, and it's just crazy how the devil's out there just waiting for those Christians to fall. So again, kind of want to wrap up this video. It's more than just, like I said, being sober is just, don't drink and don't smoke and you're good. The devil won't get you. No. The devil can still get you if you don't have that relationship with Christ. And I've seen it, guys. You want to debate me on this? Go ahead. We can talk about it all night. But I've seen it with my own eyes. Christians that necessarily weren't drinking, they weren't smoking, they weren't going out, but they just got lazy for a second. They just took their eyes off the prize for a second. They looked away, and that's exactly when the devil attacked. Boom, they got him. And guess what? Where are they at now? They're not going to church. They're not walking in their calling. Eventually they could come back. That's great. But guess what? The longer you're out there in the world, the longer it takes you to come back, the more consequences you have. So I'm going to wrap up the video here, guys. I hope that made sense to you guys. I hope you guys got something out of that. In the next video, I'll be talking about a little bit more about my testimony, just different things that are going to come up. So thank you guys for watching to the end here, man. Stay strong out there, brothers. If you guys are out there, riding on your bikes and stuff, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you guys are riding. I'm on my Yamaha V-Star. I definitely want to get that Harley soon. I've only been riding my bike for about 4 months now, so I wanted to get a cheaper bike, a smaller bike to practice on, and then hopefully maybe next year so I could definitely jump on that Harley. But yeah, it's a good bike, honestly. I'm really enjoying it around town. Gets good gas and the maintenance is really well on this bike. In my last video, you guys can see it. Did a little walk around. I got some white wall tires. I changed up the exhaust a little bit, the stock exhaust, modified that. Shout out to Fred and Robbie for helping me work on the bike and changing some things up on it. But don't want to do too much to it for right now. Once I get that Harley though, man, my wife's gonna hate me. I'm gonna want to spend a bunch of money on that thing, man. I'm already looking at pictures and seeing how I want my Harley to look and this and that. But until then, I'll be happy on this V-Star, on this Yamaha bike, on this cruiser here. It's honestly a pretty good bike though, honestly. The only thing is it's not too quick. It's a 650, but it's all good. I don't have to go too crazy anyways. Gotta make sure that I stay safe. But again, I'm gonna wrap up this video, guys. See you guys in the next one. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. If you guys have any questions or anything, comment down below. I'll comment back to you guys. And if you guys have anything private to talk about or anything, even if you guys don't agree with me, that's fine. If you guys want to talk about anything at all, I'm an open book, man. I'm here for you guys. Go ahead and send me a message to my inbox and I'll get back to you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.